Welcome back, boys and girls, to another Gaming on the Brain playthrough. Today we've got one that you may or may not have heard of, called Big Fight.
And how long have we known about this game, Mark? For a day?
Well, I've known for about 10 minutes. Glenn played this earlier today and enjoyed it. I've never played it. Didn't even know about it until literally 10 minutes ago.
And I can hardly give a history lesson, but we'll spend 1 minute just saying that came out in 1992 by a company called Tatsumi. It's for its time as well. It's quite developed. I mean, there's multiple routes in that. 8 playable characters. That's including 3 standard and 5 playable bosses. It's got a great rage mechanic in there. It's scrappy. I mean, it's not as refined as say Golden Axe Revenge
it's
Death.
not polished.
Maybe even the original Final Fight to some degree. You know, there's 3 years between them, or 2 years and a bit. But I found it to be really good fun, and it looks quite nice as well. And like I say, it was good. Like multiple routes. I mean, not just 2 routes, but 3 routes in some of the levels. And it's like that's pretty good for 92. So
and spice scaling.
Yeah, and it's a nice spice scaling as well.
We did have Punisher planned to do today, but when Glenn mentioned this and he was all hot and bothered about it, I thought, let's do it now.
Yeah, we've got the Punisher for the future, we're still, so maybe...
Yeah, we'll do it next week. Yeah. So while we're enthusiastic about this one, let's get it on, mate.
Why not, mate? Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is one more thing about Star as well. Something which is absolutely mind-blowing, I know I'm easily mind-blown, is that you've actually got your basic mission mode. This is a console type thing, this to have a 1p, 2p versus battle mode on the title screen, and you've got instant access to all 8 playable characters, which, as I'll repeat again, is actually 3 playable standard characters, as you can see, and 5 really
ridiculous bosses,
really usable bosses. Yeah, like really cool. Nothing seems out like crazy as well. So we may keep that for the future, might we?
Glenn, just to reference what you said earlier as well, straight away reference Dynamite Cop.
Yes. I said this earlier, it's the only other beat 'em up I've ever played where the whole game takes place in a ship. Now that might sound a little bit dull, but thankfully, I mean, it's got 6 levels, that's not including the various routes, so although they do seem to lead to different outcomes within the game, but not the ending, I'm not sure, and different bosses in different orders. But I didn't really, to be honest with you, I didn't even realise we're on a ship. I never really took much notice. I mean, I'm on a ship on this level, yes, but I thought we'd moved off the ship until I really looked at the interlevel map and realised that, every level takes place in the ship, because you end up in like a lot of diverse locations, so it doesn't get dull. And like mentioned before as well, it's the only other game like this would be Dynamite Cop several years later for Arcade and Dreamcast, which obviously is the sequel
go with the default,
which is Garden Pool. Yeah, we're going to go for the default route all the way through. It's the route I played earlier today. Just there is a couple of glitches in this game. It's not 100% emulated. You will notice them later, although nothing was game breaking. It's actually more noticeable in the credits at the end.
Violent Storm, pigskin footballs.
Yeah, it's the pigskin football game. And bear in mind, this is still before Violent Storm, so
so now we know where Violent Storm got it from.
Well, exactly, maybe from Tatsumi, who made Big, which is a full title, Big Fight Battle in San Francisco, which is Big Trouble in San Francisco. So you know where they've took an influence from for that title.
I tell you what looks really good though, the line scrolling, the pseudo 3D effect,
which I thought it's absolutely unheard of in a side-scrolling beat 'em up, especially at the time. It shows that there's deliberate effort. Like I say, it's a little bit scrappy in places. There's a couple of elements in the one single playthrough I've had where shows that there is definitely some imbalance issues, particularly with one enemy who you will see at some point soon. But I mean, at the end of the day, as an arcade game, they deliberately try to do that. Now here's an interesting take, because I'm pretty sure I followed the exact route I did earlier, and the enemy that we're fighting right now, Mark, is the Indian character, the Native American character I told you about earlier. Just watch him walk. Is he yawning or is he doing his war dance thing, because he's making no noise while he's walking there?
Right. Oh yeah.
Does that? But here's the cool thing, he's playable and he's cool. He's great to players.
Does he fire his projectiles all the time?
He's got everything, mate. He's literally... I didn't fire any projectile stuff, so we can hit each other as well, so that's great.
Good.
During the game. You've got the usual battles. This guy called Gian.
Walk backwards? When you're fighting a boss, you must...
again, it'll be something that's used for the versus mode, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which will help. Bosses are quite cool and diverse characters. Like, I mean, stereotypes at the time, but I mean, we've got to get over this. At the end of the day, that's what games of the day did with their characters. I mean, stereotypes were all the rage. So for anyone that might be offended by such things, Street Fighter 2 was guilty with.
Well, so far, plays quite well.
And the great thing as well, Mark, now you've got access to this new character, and you can switch them in game. So, and obviously there's the ship map. So it's quite a cool little, the feature just to have that ability, which is quite rare on beating them ups of the day as well.
Yeah.
And obviously the multiple routes, which is champion. Plenty of unbreakables, plenty of weapons, which all except 2 of the bosses can use. But it makes complete sense why the 2 bosses who can't use weapons.
Yeah.
But at the same time, picking up the weapons, if the boss character picks up the weapon, then they get bonus points anyway. So obviously, if you play a 2-player game, you're probably better off giving the weapon to someone who can use the weapon.
It's Freddy's Jason.
Yeah. Well, look at the names, mate. It's basically
So sweet.
Jason Voorhees. I don't know.
Aye.
But it's cool because he's got Jason's mask, he's got
Jason
Freddy's
Krueger.
claws, and he's got a sort of version of Freddy's top on as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the influence, but it's great. I love this stuff. I love being it like.
I like to
just,
see stuff like that.
Yeah, just see, look, you know, where it's a Japanese-made game, you know, to see where they've taken the influences from is fantastic. Like I said, it's quite a nice detailed game, so it's got a nice feel to it. Now, you do realise what they're on the background, don't you?
It's a.
Have a careful look at the crotch area.
Oh, it's got testicles
It's
hanging out.
tanukis, mate.
Oh yeah, aye.
Only in Japan.
A rather large set of.
They're enormous, mate. That's actually they're quite small compared to some of the tanukis I've seen there. It's more respectable, like. They said there's quite a nice cast of basic enemies as well. I mean, they're fighting different ways. Some are more nastier than others. Again, maybe not as varied or unusual to say the original Final Fight, but you do get the point where you realise that you need to handle them a bit differently. You know, it's not just like a generic cast of characters.
Right.
I mean, again, they're all based on obvious stereotypes that we've seen up many times over, but which beat them up from the 90s, isn't?
It keeps it a little bit fresher, doesn't it? When you can't just hammer the buttons and hope for it.
Well, this is it. I mean, look at where Walkman. Look at it. Just look at that.
I think he's just yawning.
I think he's yawning. He's just tired. It's just because he's that good that the fighting bores him.
Ooh, battle axe.
Aye. This is what I mean. There's about 10 different weapons, mate. Some of them are single use, and some of them obviously like you can use until they break. Get a little element which would later be used in games like Street Race 3, you know.
Yeah.
So and something that's unheard of in 1992. I thought, and this is the interesting element. When you're in the rage mode, you hit the fire button as fast as you can until it hits the bar at the top. You've got to be pretty quick, but you don't have to be super quick. And that'll give you a free desperation move. Obviously great for enemies surrounding you, but you also get about 10 seconds or so of like extra strength. You can still be hurt and killed, but it does increase your basic attacks.
I'm just looking at your health. I think you just lost a life when that happened, so maybe it's like as you come back. I mean, you don't fall from the screen.
You do,
on the top.
I believe you do. Oh, look, there's a classic sushi. Had to be there. I believe you do. You need that. But yeah, you do. I'm sure you do.
I didn't see you come from the top, and you had the rage mode when you got back up. So
yeah, well, the rage mode also. I've had a rage mode about 3 times per life. I think it depends on what you hit by, or how quick. Because sometimes I've been knocked over and it doesn't activate the rage. So here's our boss.
Second boss. He looks like he grabbed me nipples.
Well, he was the 3rd boss in my original playthrough. Gonza.
What's happened? Why was suddenly appeared on the rooftop?
But again, I played as this guy, you know, and he's a sumo, obviously. He looks like he's clearly inspired.
Yeah, he's nearly dead. That's why I've got rage mode. I couldn't use it. Couldn't
use it.
I couldn't hit the button fast enough.
The boss has put up a fight. I've noticed so far in 1 player, and it looks like it's the same for 2 player, that you only ever fight the bosses by themselves. There is an exception for the last level, which I'll not spoil, unless things change in 2 player. But the bosses do put up decent fights, so but thankfully in 2 player it'll make things a little bit more.
Oh, I've lost a life finally. I was doing so well.
Flying kicks are quite useful in this as well. Because the bosses do block quite a bit. Which I think... oh, but I'm comfort.
Yeah. I've got infinite lives, so it's fine. Or credits anyway. Ow.
Oh, he's doing me. Looks like you can save each other.
No, I don't know if you can. I was trying. It's the same as you can't back out of it.
Aye, and then if you feel it drops back down, aye.
Got it. Oh, I've got to get it again.
Obviously when he's far away it's not going to matter, but if you
Tatsumi
go a little bit...
hits like. Oh, he's killed us.
Oh, I've lost this one.
I think I threw him in the air there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, good.
Oh, sorry, you don't need it. I've killed him for you.
Right, so now we've obviously got Gonzo as well. Didn't want to give it a shot at him, do you?
Can you take me into partnership? Sure.
Sure.
I think I'll have Garuda this time.
Yeah, so we're going to place 2. Oh, cool. Yeah, break boxes. Hi.
Ah, okay.
And you have to belt them a lot. There's only 3, and obviously, and that's it. It's really easy. I beat this straight with about 6 seconds on the clock. There was a second one which was even more interesting.
I was going to say, it's a chain, not useful. Perfect. Excellent.
Oh, might you won. Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh.
I wonder if we fight each other at the end.
Oh, you might.
Aye.
It would. You'd probably do if it been like a versus mode built into the game.
I did read. I haven't actually went into versus mode to check, but I looked on Wikipedia and it says it's got the same mechanics as this, so it works the same as the normal game mode. So it'll be kind of fun. It'll be just like again, it's what we're looking at the minute. We're not looking at traditional fighting games where possible. We're looking at stuff that just goes against the grain a bit. And I can guarantee you there'll be no versus gameplay of this.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so.
With 8 characters of players as well, it's a good roster, you know. It's a good roster for the time.
It is.
It's a solid roster.
You know, same as the original Street Fighter.
Yeah.
2, sorry. There's them guys.
Blue Bull. Well, he's called BB, and when I first seen him, I just said Bill Bull. I thought, you know, it's Bill Bull, a different costume.
Well, he does. Oh, he's got us.
Aye. Oh, like, see, well, I tried that and it didn't work for me. So it might just be a random. You best go for it. Try Desperation, but it wouldn't release for me. It's probably just got a random element to it. I would have liked the hope, because it's crap if you've got full life and you're literally guaranteed to be dead, you know?
Yeah, that would be pretty shocking.
It'd be like, especially like a warrior and fighter picking you up for full health and just breaking your neck.
Aye.
From full health.
Although that would be great to get it on video.
Oh Christ, aye. Especially if you shot across the room.
Aye.
For no reason other than it just can. I mean, I've got a chain on that now, you know. It says Final Fight had 3 weapons, you know. And they're useful and all. I mean, all the weapons are like, they're worth picking up.
It's called Bread.
And again...
Isn't there an enemy on C-Space called Bread?
Bread, no, Bread's off Final Fight. And this is Bread spelled properly though.
Yeah.
This is a game that would have been great in SNES though. I mean, it would have made a canny SNES port, you know.
You'd have to probably shrink the sprites a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe
voices would still be in there. Shrink the sprites, put the versus mode in still, because obviously at that time that's what people were wanting. You know, they've had the head screwed on. Very, very rare though, very rare in a beat 'em up of 1992 in the arcades to have a fully fledged separate versus mode where you know.
It's unheard of, mate.
Well, Guardians of the Hood comes close, but that to me, because it follows on from Pit Fighter, it still feels that it's trying to be more of a fighting game anyway than because Pit Fighter it's a hybrid game. Pit Fighter, of course, like you know, it is a brawler, but at the same time, it wants to be a fighting game, you know.
Is it? It's a grenade launcher. It's just literally firing grenades.
It is, you know, and they drop next to your feet, but they are useful as long as you didn't like do that. Oh, get out!
Anger power.
That's not. I love where he walks.
I take like the boss here.
I believe we are.
Oh, chairs. Looking forward to it.
It's not long. Oh, you can go out, you can kick the crap out of these, and there's lots of little secrets and stuff in them.
Get out. Oh, beer.
Yes, like please. 6 levels. Pretty cool boss twist as well, which is good again for the year. It's like, you know, it's like you expect it. I mean, you do sort of expect it, but it's nice when it still happens. It's like, right, I'm pleased that I put the effort in, you know, to make a little bit of a twist.
Oh, buckets and that. Half the weapons are Violent Storm and Vendetta and that here.
Aye.
Is there a move to hit them on the floor or anything? Do you know?
You can hit down enemies, yes.
Right, okay.
I think you just stand over and press attack, because I've been doing it and it automatically hurts them, so but that's good. Again, there's no down and fire move, but just stand over and looks like it does. Right? Chen is the swordsman. Now this is the first of this boss was tough. I had some trouble with this guy. Like it says, if you play as him, you're not going to use the weapons again, but he's fast and he's fun. So he is good. But with 2 of us, it should be a bit easier, I hope. If you want, I had a bit of trouble with this guy.
Oh, I'm trying to find a projectile move.
The bosses are ridiculously cheap. I mean, but a game of the type of the year as well.
Absolutely, mate.
Totally expected.
Konami started that.
Yeah. I mean, it's hardly gone on the days of Double Dragon where you could just elbow everybody to death now, you know, or even go Nax where, you know, getting on a dragon and that, and just blowing, killing the knights and that without any sort of hassle at all.
Yeah, aye.
You know,
proper skill-based games.
aye.
I'll play as her.
Oh, look at that, mate. Look at that.
Nice.
The damage that does. That's his standard. Like, aye, playing as the last.
That's good, isn't it? Aye.
Flying kicks are kind of useful in this, no? Well, when they hit the D. But certain bosses seem to definitely. Oh yeah, Matt, finish me again.
When you do that, it's back. I was back. I was jumping backwards in mid. Oh yeah, see it. Aye, it's just blocking us.
Aye.
Got him. Oh,
Go on, mate. Flying kicks. Tell you the useful.
You've got more than double my score. I don't understand how. This is not acceptable.
It is unacceptable.
Chen joined us.
Do you want to play as Chen or?
No, I'll
have a gun as Chen. I wouldn't mind, you know, trying to have a little shot of every character at least once, if possible.
I'll stay as Zil for now.
Just that they're all kind of like different sets. So this guy, if I pick up a weapon, it turns into points. Which, if you really fancy a weapon, just let us know, and I'll step back and you can grab it. Like
just tried the harpoon. That was fun. The
harpoon guns plus I.
Nice. Oh, there's BBs again. I can't really say much for the music. I kind of hear it very loud, but it just sounds very generic and boring.
I didn't notice anything at all about the music, mate. I never even. It could have been just scratchy cats farting. Well, I didn't know that words up. I just didn't think anything of it at all. It's
it's elevator music.
Yeah,
at best. But
sound effects are quite good though. Yeah, sound effects are decent.
Yeah. Seems to be fairly.
I mean,
it's
pretty solidly put together and everything, you know.
Oh shit! Has he got bigger? Or is he...
What, the big Pluto guy?
Is it a bigger version?
Is
it not a bigger version?
No, it's the same guy. He's just massive. I think you're more worried because possibly Freddy's gotten smaller, and he's more like Freddy now than ever. Even
yeah, he is. I lost it. Oh, I'm dead anyway.
The timing of it's perfect though. It's just right. It's not enough to be unfair, you know.
No,
it's not. You've got to make a bit of effort to do it. So I like the balance of that gauge. Like
on an arcade stick, you know, pot of buttons it wouldn't be difficult to get.
No,
with a tiny little Xbox 360 pad or Xbox One pad buttons in my case. It's actually a Series S pad I've got in my hand. Series X.
Fine. Series S.
Yeah, we're not used to that yet. Ow, stabbed us. They're blocking too much. Yeah, did you watch the trailer for that new Double Dragon?
Oh, well, that's what I told you. I says that's Duke. That
yeah,
guy.
That's clearly Duke.
Clearly Duke. Yeah. I hope it is. And the cool thing is, because it's shown you in this early, he can't be the final boss. So that means he's in cahoots with maybe Willy and possibly Raymond, you know. And then Skullomania pops up in the background as well.
What was it? So everybody, there was news come out a few days ago that Atlas were working on a new Double Dragon, 3D Double Dragon.
It looks superb.
Which I must admit, when I first heard that, my heart sank a little. So I thought, oh god, it's going to be messed up.
Do you know what it is? It'll probably not. Do you know what all it is? We'll just have to accept it. It's probably not going to play like Double Dragon. It's going to be a fully 3D beat 'em up that
it looks like it plays more like Double Dragon Neon.
Well, I've seen that a bit, but you've got to remember, to me, it'll be a whole new game based in the world, you know, which is alright because we'll be playing with familiar characters and that. We've got to, unfortunately, I'll say it as it is, accept in this day and age that you might get the odd smaller game. So you might still see a game that like looks and plays like the classic Double Dragons in the future.
Well, I mean, Gaiden was brilliant.
Well, and that's
Still
its
got
own
that
thing as
play
well.
together, which we will eventually release that one, guys. It's just Glenn hasn't played it yet, and I need to go do a playthrough with Glenn off camera so that he can get used to it, because it is a little different in the way that
well, Neon is. I thought Neon was a very different game. I mean,
it is. Yeah,
now, the thing is, right? I don't mind the way because times have got to change. I mean, personally,
I've got an axe on my head. Look,
that's to tell you there's a glitch. I'd love to see 2 Double Dragon games released simultaneously. I'd love to see a game that sort of actually literally uses the sprite style of the first 2 arcade games, which still could be a thing, still could happen. Bear in mind, Double Dragon 4 came out, which was based on the NES graphics. I mean, it wasn't everyone's favourite game, but you could clearly see that they were making it a sequel to Double Dragon 3 on the NES.
Yeah.
It was a direct sequel to create a quadrilogy of NES-based Double Dragon games. So what's stopping them making Double Dragon 3, right? Like the game's called Double Dragon 3. And it's a whole new game set in the universe of DD1 and 2 set, with them enemies and new enemies, and it's sticking to the side. I mean, technically Double Dragon Advance did it to some degree, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's almost that, really, I mean, the sprites are similar, the style, the feel is there with a lot of developments on. That to me is the true Double Dragon 3. I mean, Super Double Dragon could be considered that, but it's its own thing as well.
Well, I would consider I mean, obviously Double Dragon 3 is Double Dragon 3.
Well, actual Double Dragon 3.
Yeah, even though it doesn't feel like a Double Dragon game.
To me, do you know what it is to me? It's a side story, and it could be sort of retroactively called that. Do you not think?
Yeah,
like
it could
be
retroactively make it disappear.
It could be based before Double Dragon 1. They could have based it 10 years before Double Dragon 5, say 5 years before the first game they wanted. And retroactively make it part of the series, but as a side story, and then make a true sequel that sort of Willie's finally dead now, so you can't have Willie come back 3rd time.
No, he has to come back.
Well, maybe he's a true zombie this time.
Yeah.
Or not as the boss this time. Well, he wasn't technically the boss in the second game, but he's a subordinate. And maybe it turns out he is working for Raymond, or he's working for Duke or something, or somebody else, somebody new altogether. Not Skullomania, because I love that character, but he doesn't fit in that universe.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's more like the Battletoads Double Dragon style.
It is, and I think they've took that impulse there. Not impulse, but that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of the word. They've looked at that for influence,
Influence.
And it works, but like I say, at the same time, so I'd love to see an older style Double Dragon, but also work on this new game and give us something. Because I said I've still got a bad taste of seeing what happened with Wanda, which was obviously a remake of Double Dragon 2. But I mean, and as much as I like some elements of that, which I've made clear before, it's not a good game, and it's far too long, far too long.
Completely screwed that up.
Neon just did everything. You could see the game was clearly made by fans and that, And
I think Gaiden's better, and I think you'd agree too, especially the fan service it does with some of the music and things like that, and the characters and that. But Neon was a solid game. It really was. It's fun to play, but it is quite difficult, especially when you get the last couple of levels.
Yeah.
I've only ever finished it once. I don't know if I could ever do a playthrough, because I don't think I'd be able to finish it again. Unless it's
I've never finished it. I played it once and I got murdered. But I've watched a long play of it afterwards, and I thought it was very entertaining. Just Bimmy and Jammy and all that, and Skullomania and everything, what they've done and everything. It was clearly made by people who love the series. Oh,
it was great. I mean, way forward a class. They tend to, in my opinion, everything I've played by them, everything they touch is pretty magic. To be fair, it's like Blue Point. They can't do anything wrong either in my eyes. So I mean, it's Atlas. We know that this new one. Just getting back to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So we know it's Atlas. I don't know who the developer is at this point. I'm hoping it is Way Forward or somebody like that again.
Whack-a-mole, mate. Whack-a-mole. Yeah. I mean, I think we'll. I'm not too worried. I think, going by what I'm seeing from the trailer, I think it'll be a great game. So I think it'll have its very own unique feel in that. But I mean, surely they should be able to do it right now.
Yeah, hopefully.
I would have thought so.
Hey, go here, Dick. Something in mind?
What versus board? I like knock them on the head. He whacks them on the skull. I love his punch, like.
Aha! Get in, Chen
You
won.
needed that, didn't you?
I did.
Are they bog rolls?
Yeah. That's how your scores higher than mine. Those bonus rounds give you a ton.
He's having his dinner. Leave him be.
Wait, I know, but when I haven't got infinite time, it looked like it was not being really eaten.
Remember, we're
Eating
still
like
on the
my
ship
girls
as
do.
well. This whole game takes place in the ship, so it's like, I like what they've done with the backgrounds and that,
Yeah. Well, look at them people. They're just eating it. They're not even bothered.
Nah, it's really fuck with it.
Clearly, they're all northerners. I'm just letting everything get on.
Let them get over it. I'm having me pint and I'm having me beer, like. They ain't gonna stop
They're
us.
not bothering me. And if do, I'll kick bloody head in like.
That's Yorkshireman, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, northerners. But I
Nope.
quite like it so far, Mike. Glenn.
I tell you.
You've made a good choice. It makes up for your
Makes
road
up for
wars
Road
last
Wars.
week, yeah.
Makes up for Road Wars for you, mate. Aye.
Yeah. I was almost considering never letting you choose ever again after that.
After Road Wars.
Aye.
13 minutes of hell, was it?
For, hell would be a walk in the park, I think. It would be enjoyable compared to playing Road Wars. Right, who am I going to play as now? Oh, I'm going to play as him.
Well, there's more routes to do, on Road Wars.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but you can do that by yourself.
Alright.
It's probably more playable in one player anyway.
Just
two players would
I
do
had
this.
a much better time with you because the computer player just is shit.
Yeah,
Rammed
that-
off the road and all
Oh,
sorts
so
of-
he's
doesn't
still
cooperate.
fighting you for space.
Yes, it's deliberate. The bloke who made that were like, I think they hate people. I think they hate gamers.
Just hates
I
everything.
spoke to the developers, and they said it was a classic example of a game developed by committee.
By committee. What do you mean?
Like a group of men started sitting around a big oblong table, said, "This is how we're going to do it. Just do
Right.
it." Basically, I was told that by one of the developers of the
So
season.
no part in it, nothing like
Aye, everyone who worked on it hated it.
that. Oh, jeez.
Like I said, it goes back to when I love the history of stuff like this, because it's got a colourful tale to tell. When you find out that.
Just in case you've just switched on there again, it's, we talked about Road Wars, which was last week's playthrough. If you haven't checked it out,
it wasn't. It was a week before when I actually didn't do it.
Yeah,
last
but
week.
sorry, yes, yes, that's right. It's two episodes ago.
It'll be really obscure to many because it's part of a collection of games for an obscure Amiga computer-based arcade system called the Arcadia Super Select system. Aye. Or actually, it's called the Electrocoin MGX over here,
Right.
in England, and it was really obscure. In fact, I never once seen it in an arcade, and I think going by the two types of cabinets it used in this country, it looks like it would have been more likely to pop up in a bar, like in a pub, next to a quiz machine. It was using two very specific Electrocoin cabs that tend not to be used for arcade games, like proper traditional arcade games in an arcade. It tends to be what you'd see, like I say, popping up in a taxi rank or a chip shop or like I say, a pub. So I don't know what that says to the quality of the games, but I've always had a lot of interest in the overall system because it's just rare and kind of unique. Even though there's a couple of good games, but there is a couple of decent games. Bear in mind, Amiga base, so the Amiga had some great games, but they came out 87, 88 to 89, so it's before the Amiga really found its amazing stride when you've got classics like Banshee that we talked about earlier, and even really good arcade conversions like Silkworm, which was the Amiga version, fantastic of that game.
Is it not better than the arcade?
Silkworm is. It's got parallax that the arcade game doesn't have. The feel is just bang on. The sound effects and that, it's got meaty explosion. It's one of the best arcade conversions I've seen, and I don't know why or how it is. They've put the effort in and says we're just going to make it amazing. And Silkworm, we played the arcade game in a long play, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it's a good game. Silkworm's a fun game. Oh, actually no,
we started it. You know what it is? We couldn't finish it.
Couldn't finish it because of the last hour. So I'm pleased with mind of that because we do want to see it through. There's
we've got cheats now, so
yeah.
Pretend no one heard that about the C word.
There is certain games where you can. We did something similar with Rambo, not because it didn't give you credits.
There's no cheating involved at all.
Oh, of course.
What are you talking about? I didn't put a big red scrolling bar over the top saying cheats enabled.
No.
Nothing like that. I didn't put a big splash screen on saying God mode now enabled.
Might have to do a Banshee. But yeah.
I think we will have to on that one. But at least we're honest and upfront about it. That's the main thing.
Some people might just want to see the game through. Maybe they don't want to play it, or they haven't got time. They can't be bothered to go through it themselves. They just want to see everything the game's got. I mean, I do that with some stuff. I love to just watch the long play.
That was mine.
I need to know. My Pharaoh is more important than your muscly Rambo rip-off, Guile rip-off, wherever you are.
You're a Dalcine rip-off without the with no bald head.
Yeah, I've even got a... look there. He's got a charge move. Oh. He's got an actual dash move.
Is he?
I wonder if everybody has it. Yeah. Look at that.
Well, how's it? Forward attack?
Just go next start. But it's not a dash in the normal sense. You might have to do it as a special attack as opposed to wait. You can't dash. It's more like Max's move from Street Fighter 2.
Right.
It's pretty good moveset, you know.
This character is quite good. He does quite a bit more damage than the others.
Well, speaking of damage, that's the boss in the background.
Oh, hello.
She was the first boss now. I wonder if it throws the bosses at you randomly, no, they're not.
What is so did you fight her first?
Yep, she was my first boss.
Right. That's a bit strange, isn't it?
But I could have sworn I took that route. And we ended up with fighting the second boss first, and then everything else was like messed up a bit. Like, oh, I've lost it this time.
That took some health off of that, like. And again, oh, she's got away this time. She whipped me, you saucy devil. It's time for me to step in and throw her. Yeah, I like the way it switches to like a, you're targeting that basically. Fighting a boss. It's clever that. It does some things really right, like.
It's kind of ahead of its time.
Definitely.
You know. Now looking at the PCB, like it looks like there's only one version, so I'm assuming it was a Japanese only release. And like this is still quite early, so if it been like after '95 when these games were pretty much dead in the arcade, these type of games. Oh, I got one or something.
Cheated.
Last level. If it been after '95 when a lot of like scroll and beat 'em ups really were like dead to the world, apart from Japan,
yeah,
I could understand. But in '92, I would have thought it'd been licensed to say Capcom or somebody or Taito. Taito would have probably. Oh, plays out a bit. I'll show you that. She doesn't attack fast. Sorry, She doesn't have a fast attack, but it's got great range. And I slaughtered the Egyptian guy with her. But again, like I said earlier, I'll repeat again. She can't pick and use weapons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But she's got grabs now.
Chen, but he was. So he's got his sword, isn't he?
Yeah.
Chen was quite good. I might go back.
To me, you didn't mind the band. You can go look if I want. You can get that. Obviously, if I picked it up, I would have just turned it to points and wasted.
Oh,
but she's got a throws. She's got a full suite of. I love to say suite. She's got a full set of moves and special attacks.
A full repertoire.
Full repertoire. French for yes.
I love the little squeal when you fall.
Hot mate.
Oh, I didn't have time to do that one. He's quite good, this guy, definitely.
He's got a here body like jumping, pile driver. He's got part, yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's got here goes moving also. Nice. Again, the thought of everything. I mean, yeah, you can call it like but the move looks cool, you know.
So like jumping suplex.
And I'm only pressing fire over to do this. I'm only stand pressing fire.
But you've seen her heels.
Which is weird, yeah. That's great. It's quite cool actually. She's better than the other bird. But she's not,
she wasn't very good. She's really weak, like.
I play as I want. I'm not. The main guy seems quite good. He was the first character I played as earlier. I never played as Gia, who you playing as, at all.
He's good.
Just because I had that many other characters to choose. I lost a credit at about level 3. I mean, I bumped the lives up full. It's about 5 lives, I think. You could have 1 to 5, I think. Or 2 to 5, whatever. Who up here? Now let's try somebody else. We'll have me. We'll have the Indian guy again. Just to see that cool walk.
The Native American guy.
Yeah.
PC Glenn.
PC. Has he got it? Yeah, there you go, mate. There you go. Yeah, there's.
How are you doing it?
It's just a max max slide move.
Alright.
Yeah. Forward attack.
Maybe only the bosses have that.
I'm going to use that. That might be cast. That might be really useful. That because
It'd be really good for the boss.
aye. See,
Yeah.
it's got a canny little set of moves on it. Really.
It does.
You know, you've got more than one. Generally, got more than one throw type as well. You know, it's a pretty developed game.
This is better than Denja Mackay. That would be.
You reckon? Aye. And that came out in '94, I believe. Aye, '94.
Yeah.
Mind you, you might be blown away by the sequel. The sequel just looks great and all, though. But it should be. 'Cause it came in '95. I've got a bucket, mate. I've got a bucket. There's a bucket. And I hit somebody with it. How cool is that? That's his normal throw, that, where he does that, where I literally just jump out, do it like a pile driver. That's just me throw.
Aye, yeah. I know. I was doing it.
Aye, it's cool as hell, like.
His moves even here go, isn't it? His jump kick.
Aye. See, I didn't mind a bit, you know, copycat.
No, it doesn't hurt anyone.
No, when it's done right as well. I mean, I thought, you know, stuff like, as much as I don't hate Riot City, it's not a good game in and of itself because it takes Final Fight 2 years later, strips everything out. That, you know, strips like no weapons, a shorter game, smaller sprites, you know, less characters. Do you know what I mean? Though
Terrible audio.
aye, terrible audio. I mean, for that reason, I would say that 64th Street's not that great either because that's almost a direct clone, a game with less characters. Poor graphics, I think. I don't like the graphics.
It's really bland, isn't it?
I don't like the graphics. I like the gameplay, but I don't like the graphics. Although I will give it props, mind, that I think, and I might be wrong, but I think 64th Street might be the first beat 'em up that's got destructible backgrounds.
That was a selling point. If you look like is it the box? I think it's got like.
Do they give you power-ups? No, they're doing it when you lash them, so there's a reason to do it.
I think you do get some stuff.
I mean, it's advertised on the flyer, you know, where it shows you that you can push up and fire and chuck it.
Yeah,
but again, it's quite cool, you know. It's not a massive feature, but it does add to it, you know. Where it says Riot City doesn't do anything massively wrong for me, but doesn't do anything above the formula, you know. To have no weapons, I thought was really.
It does.
I wonder why sometimes might have been a prototype, you know, and it never got released as it was, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as bad as a game as DD Crew, which I think is genuinely a bad game. It's got a very weird fighting system which you can get used of, but it feels like it's punishing you all the way, like that level 3 where you're just going from top to bottom down the balconies and the stairways and that.
Yeah.
And there's one tune which is about 30 seconds long that just draws on and on and on. And do you remember just fighting the same enemy? It's the army guy who just needed to have a gun to fight.
There's combat types, isn't it, where you fight 2 enemies per stage, if I remember right.
Two enemy types?
Yeah.
Usually, but you also have like a generic guy as well who just changes palette whenever you're able. That's on the arcade though, those generic blocks aren't in. Combat Tribes is a great game though. I love Combat Tribes. Like. I love that gang theme actually. I think it just makes the levels feel great when you fight.
Yeah, the thing is, Combat Tribes does it, but apart from the skater people, the enemies are fun to fight.
Aye. The skaters are dull. Aye, the crap. Now I found it's way more tolerable on the SNES because there's only about 6 of them, you know, in single player.
And you get much less.
That's it. But obviously it makes up for it with the tough as nails boss.
Aye.
Trash puts it in like. He's the boss in the background there. This is Dr. D, mate.
Is this the last boss?
It is, mate. Well, it is.
Right, okay.
There's a bit more to it, though.
Use your projectile move, Glenn.
I'm going to see. I hope it will.
I haven't got it. I haven't got a move like that. Like.
You haven't at all?
No, I'm trying. Go for a wee.
Go
for a wee.
I'm playing as him, like I'm sticking as him. Oh, what? I need credits.
Oh
no, I don't. At least he's not just called Chief Scaldon.
Aye.
It's him anyway.
Yeah. I mean, he's bouncing about like a git.
Aye, he's a shithead, like. So is his mate.
A guy like that can't have friends.
He has a friend.
Must be his boss.
He has a friend. I'm basically the zoner.
Aye. If it was Call of Duty, it'd be the camper.
A sniper.
A sniper, right? Can I get hold of this shit? Alright, there we go.
He's fucking off any second now, mate.
I think he's gone.
Any second now, mate.
What's he got? What, those injections to make you pregnant? Insemination.
He's got injections. I get turned into a squaw. You only fight a few of these. It's not much to it, like, man. We're nearly at the end now, like.
Oh, I think I should go back to playing that big guy. He's more fun. Oh, more Freddy Kruegers with Jason masks. Alright, that was the way to do it. I don't suppose there's another bonus stage, is it?
It's not, mate. It was just a 2.
I'm not going to beat you on points.
I know you're not going to.
Well, definitely.
Never mind. Oh, you might kill the 2 bosses, mightn't you?
You don't seem to get extra points for killing the bosses. I think it's just every hit you get points for, you know. I could quickly disconnect your controller.
You could.
And then kill the 2
on video,
bosses,
that's going to look really good, like, isn't it?
You just stand there. Glenn, why you stand there?
Specials don't say hurt each other. Right, Mark. Dr. D.
He's trying to
and
officially inseminate you again.
He's sick with pal.
TX number 3.
TX something. Is it number 3, is it?
I don't like it,
It takes him 3, so... Obviously he's at half health and he's at full. But, I found this... this mutant might not be that bad, to be honest.
Right.
I don't know if it just went easy on us all.
Right, I'm going to play as my best friend again. Gear.
These 2 characters aren't playable in the versus mode, though. For obvious reasons, I suppose, final boss.
Well, they're not playable, you see.
They're not playable, no.
Right.
Does make sense.
It's hard to get a hold of him, like.
You're not hitting anything? I don't think it's as useful as we hoped, mate. Oh, then I'm getting now.
Ah, that did a bit of damage. That's it.
He leaves the fray for a bit.
Alright.
He should have next to no health left over. Oh, wait, there you go. It could change, I mean, it could change or it could be different. But he came back last time with a tiny bit of health left. A few more hits in his days. Wait till I killed his mate now. Oh, I nearly got that. Okay, out.
Oh, he's gone again?
That might be about right, guys. Look at his health now.
Yeah.
I think we have to kill him now and then he comes back in for one last little bit.
It's easier said than done.
Like I say, the boss has put up a good fight, you know. Pretty much what I would expect, like.
Oh, you can't even get hold of them.
I might go over and...
A bit cheap, these. Both of them. Finally. It's like doing no damage to them. Yours, that did, like.
I was going again. I wonder how I did that, though. How I... I don't know if it was just chance or what.
We're both powered up, hulked up.
Oh, go on, mate.
It's like one hit knocks him down, so you can't really.
Yeah, I know. Does have those super double dragon things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At least you're getting damage on because obviously it blocks a lot of stuff.
If it was super double dragon, you'd be able to get either side of them, just batter them.
I know. You get dizzy as well. This game it gets you dizzy like a fighting game. It's like, Christ. You know, you've already been kicked the foot and then you're like, right now I'm dizzy. But it's probably a little, to be fair, probably offsets the angry thing though. You know, I think, well, it balances out a bit. Because not many games will give you an option like that where you get free hit. In fact, to be honest, I don't know another game that does it.
Got him.
Right, you got him, and right, we've got him to finish off now.
Come on, Dr. D.
Oh, get out.
Nice. Oh, I've got him and all. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't do anything with the points. Oh, it's going to blow. So far, it's a good game, but last two bosses spoiled it a little bit. It was just too much. Like, if you could actually stand and fight them, that would have made it more fun.
Yeah. Again, it's a coin muncher. It wants to be, and it does what it sets out to do, I think.
The other bosses weren't too bad because you could trade blows a bit with them, but then you just kind of get near. You're lucky to like knock them down.
Once a lot of time now.
Yeah.
Imagine if it done a Street Rage 1 and gave you double of everything.
Oh, jeez, I know.
It glitched out a bit before here, but just to say this, see him doing that.
He's some character, like, isn't he?
He is just like, see, look at these skulls.
Thinks he's a predator. I didn't get a chance to play as her. Was she any good?
I find it quite
said
good.
Better than the other last, but
I would say so. Our main attack's slower, but it's got a long range, and it says I'm not the Egyptian guy with her. Like,
who's your best character then?
I like the Indian because she's got that ranged attack. Really,
Do you reckon that's the glitch?
No, I think that's deliberate.
Oh. I think the best character for me was that Gear.
I played him.
You just chuck people all over the place.
Because she's got a cool Hagar style.
Which I couldn't use on them last bosses though. Just kind of get older.
Aye. It seems to be accidental if you get older or not. So
yeah.
But like I say, it's a bit scrappy. It's not perfect.
The void pose as well.
I know. He's a captain apparently.
He doesn't have a neck actually.
Oh
Jesus. Another Dr. D will surely block your way. Well, there's Dr. K and stuff, so they must have missed.
Well, he did not get killed before though.
Yeah.
Even though he's like later in the alphabet now.
True. But you asked us at the start, what do I rate it? I think 7 out of 10 is fair.
I'm going to give it a 7.5. I mean, we don't usually review things. We're not going to start again now, but I think. But just like when it's something new that we haven't played, so that we haven't put the time in, I'll give it 7.5. Just being a little beyond, a little higher up than middling, to be honest. Like, so quite enjoyed that. Played you did.
Well, I think if you're a fan of beat 'em up games and you've never played Big Fight in the middle of Little China, San Francisco, whatever it's called, then I recommend you check it out. If you're looking for on MAME, it's just called Big Fight, easy enough to find. It plays pretty well from what you've seen there, and it plays all the way through.
It could have been easily missed, couldn't it? If you played the regular games, the games that everyone knows, like obviously Final Fight and Turtles. Golden Axe and all that. So it's extremely obscure. I thought, I thought I hit the most obscure, and I knew about Legion there, which is something we'll get to at some point.
But I think we'll wrap it up there, mate. We'll be back on the next episode with Punisher.
Yeah,
so if you're looking to pick up that pack soon, that's been getting released, the Capcom Fighting Pack, Marvel.
It's going to be very valid. It's a very important game for us.
Yeah, check that one out, and hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully you've enjoyed this one today. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye now.